when we pick our measurement tool and
Ladies
come
and gentlemen,
and measure here,
welcome back to Lulua
it
Tech
will not be
Designs.
4.5 because
I
the wall
am grateful
thickness
for
is
those
taken
who
into
have been following
consideration.
us from the
So
first
I'll click here and say this is
design that we
4.5.
did, the project we started with, the beginners project.
And then I'll click here, I'll say
Today I
this
would
is
like to
4.5.
introduce a new topic. Of course, we want to
So I want to see what is
and
left.
I want us to do a story building.
We have 2.6,
or you can say story building.
That's a lot of space,
and it's a live project
so
that
we are going
did
to
myself. As you
push
can
these
see, this is
ones
the
to
first
5
ground.
meters
It's
deep.
the ground floor,
This one
and
also 5
we have the
meters.
first floor here.
So
Then of
that we
course
have
the 3D
large
you can
rooms.
see it here, and of course
So yeah,
if I open
now we have this, and we are going to create
rendered work, you can see here
another wall. We shall offset this. We come to our
Ladies and
offset.
gentlemen,
After selecting the
welcome
wall,
back
you
to
come to
Lulua Tech
offset.
Designs.
Then
I am grateful for those who have been following us from the first. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Lulua Tech Designs. I am grateful for those who have been following us from the first design that we did, the project we started with, the beginners project. And today I would like to introduce a new topic. Of course, we want to now progress, and I want us to do a story building, or you can say story building. And it's a live project that I did myself. As you can see, this is the first ground, or it's the ground floor, and we have the first floor here. Then of course the 3D, you can see it here, and of course if I open the rendered work, you can see here, these are some of the rendered works. So this is what we are going to achieve at the end of this topic, or at the end of this project. I hope you'll enjoy along the way. So this is what I want us to do. It's my project that I've done actual as a classwork, but of course now you are here. I want to also show you how I did it. I believe you love this, right from the colors, the modeling, the finishes, even the layout. So I want us to learn all these things and how you can do a storage building. We're going to start this one from the scratch, and I will encourage you to subscribe and continue to follow it until the final day, because it's going to be a little bit longer than the first project we did. The first project was basically for a startup, for us to really understand a bit of Revit. So not to waste a lot of time, we are going to start our project. So I'll come to file. I'll just come to file. I'll go to new, then I'll opt for project. Then from this template files, I'll choose the drop down and select architectural template. Then for those who can't see these lists or this list, you come to browse, you open the browser. From the browser here, you tap on this preview button, you tap on it. Then from here you choose English. This English, you can double click on it. From English you click on this default metric, and it will preview for you these three elevation signs. Then you can open this. That's if you can't see what I have here, this list. If you don't have it, you have to go through the longer way. But for me, I'll just select architectural template and I click OK. Then it will open for me new work here. Then I'm going to close this, and even the first floor I will close. I want to remain with the ground floor, and I want to bring it this side so that we work with our level. So as always, we are going to start by setting up our levels so that we know exactly how far we are going to push with this project. So for you to set levels, if this is your first time, you come to your elevations, which is on the project browser. So you click on the plus sign in elevation, then you can click on any of the elevations. For me, I will just choose the first one, which is east elevation. Then from here we can now set our levels. You can only click on this line to make this active. You can double click on it, you rename it. So this will be our ground floor. Ground floor is always at level 0. Then from ground floor we shall click our first level here. I want this one to be first floor.
Down this way. Yeah, you can minimize it.
So you can rename it the way you want. And for me, my
Then right
wall
click on
height will be
Revit,
3.5. I'm going with the
click on
3.5
Mount.
because I like tall walls, and of course in modern architecture you need such a long wall so that you can have a lot of air. It's good for air circulation in the rooms. We're going to create something similar down here for foundation and also the roof level. What you can do, it's here on this level. When you just move all the way to the right, you will see levels here. Levels, or the shortcut is LL. If you can't do that, you can also click on this line. You just come to create similar. It will still do the same work. You just draw another level here. Of course, want this one to be negative 1.5. That's for our foundation. Foundation depends on the type of soil, the rock, and
It's taking long to open like this.
generally we give 1.5.
Taking long to open
That's
like this.
a general standard. But if you know, or if you have a live site and you know the net of the soil, your foundation will depend according to that type of soil. So we want to draw the roof level. If I don't want to create similar, I'll just come to this levels, or I can click that LL twice to bring the levels active. Then I can just draw here. So what you do here, you just multiply this 3.5 by 2. That will be 7 meters high. So this will be 7 meters high, and it will be the roof level.
Is it up and all around?
Roof level. That's because we have
You first
we
close
are
it.
designing a
If you just
storage
close
building.
that,
So we
okay,
have
mount
our
it again.
foundation, our
Right
ground
click and
floor,
mount.
our first floor, and our roof level set.
Mount.
Now we can go to our walls. Once you have done this, you can just close. If you come to the floor plan, you'll be able to see all the levels that you have set. So you can close it, then you go to your ground level, which is here,
Yeah, that's why
and
we're
we are
mounting
going
it.
to start designing our walls. And for you to design walls, the first thing you do is you come to your architectural tab. From the architectural tab, you click on this drop down that is saying wall. So from here, you have to select wall architectural. Then from there, you need to edit this wall. So you click on this edit type. From the edit type, you need to duplicate this wall because it is a generic wall. You need to create your own wall. with your own measurements. So you click here, duplicate, and then you can rename it anything you want. So I'll rename it main wall, and I want to even
Yes.
write the thickness here as well. But this part here, you can really write anything you
Mm.
want, but it has to make sense. After
Yeah,
that, you
it is
click OK.
possible.
Then you come to
We
this
just
part
ag-
that
we
says
just agree
edit.
on a
You
primary
click
key.
on the edit, and you'll be able to see so many of these things here.
Like
Now you see this part where it
the
shows
institution
1, 2, 3.
charges
If
30
you
million.
highlight on it, you see
You
the
know that?
cursor is pointing towards the right. So when you click there, it will highlight what you are pointing at. So in this area, we only want
Yeah.
a finish up and a finish down plus a structure. The rest don't matter for now. So we're
Can
going
you
to
get
delete this
1.2?
thermal stroke air. You just highlight on it and you come to this delete button. Then I want to arrange this so that I can be able
This is
to
a serious
see
software.
exactly what I am doing. So I'll
And for
highlight on
example,
the
now if we are going
finish
to
which
do
is
it,
up. Then I'll
we
bring
shall do
it
it
down with
online and
this
also
down button. And then
that means the
I will click
1.2
on
will
this
also cater
finish
for
that
the
is
data.
down and take
See,
it up
teaching online.
with this up
It also
button
needs a lot
so
of
that I
data.
can have this finish, the structure, and the
Okay,
last
try just
finish.
open.
And if you are keen, you will see up here Revit is
Yeah, you
showing
have to
the
leave it.
upper
It's
side is
okay. It doesn't
interior
matter.
side, and then the downer side is
Okay.
the
On this,
downer
you see
side is the
this
interior
setup,
side, the
the
upper
setup
side is
that
the
has
exterior side.
application.
That means this
This one,
first finish
right click on it.
is on the wall outside. And then this
As soon
second
as that we
finish,
press
which is
it.
down, is inside the house. And then of course the structure in the middle is the superstructure, or maybe the brick, or the concrete. So for me, I am going with the thickness of 200. So I'll
So
give for
1.3
the
is too much.
structure 180.
Yes.
And then the remaining two, the finish from the exterior, I'll
Yeah,
give
but now
10
you see with
millimeters.
data,
The finish from interior, I'll give 10 millimeters.
because this software
These
is
ones
Revit
include
is a bit large.
plaster and of course the paint.
Yeah, compared to
And
AutoCAD.
I'm
So
using
it
millimeters
needs a
because
lot of time.
generally
Yeah.
we use
Mm.
millimeters, and of course they will read it in meters,
Yeah, you accept.
but here you specify them in millimeters.
Next.
So after doing this, you need to now
Just continue.
give them materials or assign
Yeah,
them
install.
materials. So for the superstructure, if you click here, it will open this menu. Just click around this line, and of
Unless
course
if we are meeting physically.
on the material. See here, there's
Online,
material.
that one is
This
very
is
hard.
material. This is material. So when you click on one material, it will bring for you this box, and when you click inside the box, it will show you the
The least I
material
can go for is 1 million.
browser menu. So I'll click here. So I will
Yeah,
have the material
that one is
browser,
like now
and
I've
here we
really
are going to create our
sacrificed
own
and
material.
given up.
You click on this circle and the drop down, click on it, and
By the that
you
thing
come
is a
to
serious
create new
headache, even
material.
not the software.
From
Unlike
here you
AutoCAD,
can
that you
rename
just
this
do things.
material.
But Revit
You
is
can
a
say
huge software.
maybe main wall,
Mm.
something like that. Then when you come to the right side, you have
No,
identity,
that one is
graphics,
for
and
structural
appearance. But
value.
for now, we are interested on graphics. I mean on appearance. From appearance here, you're going to click on this, replace this asset icon. When you click on this, it will generate for you the asset browser. From the asset browser, you can search for the kind of material you want. So we are
Yeah.
looking for brick. We are looking for brick. And then in the appearance down here, you can see ceramic, default, flooring,
Unless I
masonry,
inquire, there's
metallic.
one guy
But of
here
course, we are looking
who
for the
also did that.
masonry bricks. When you
I'll go
click
and
on
ask
that, it
him.
will show you all these bricks that you can use. And of course, when you highlight on these things, you will see this
Yeah.
small icon here. When you click on the icon, it will generate the color and the texture of the brick that you have selected, or the material you have selected. So I think I'll go with this. I'll choose this and close that browser. Then from here, you just click on
Yeah,
apply.
that one online we
You
could
click
it, but
OK. Then
online things.
the
There's a
structure
lot of
material has been
there's a
assigned,
lot
so
of
we have to do the same
logistics
for
around there.
the finishes on either sides. So from the exterior side, I will click on this, then click in this box, and from here I'll choose. I'll also create a new material. And I'll rename it. I'll say this is our main
No,
wall
then 26.
exterior paint.
But you see now these
Our
ones we are
main wall
using craft
exterior
software.
paint. So we
So
also come to our
24,
appearance.
20,
From appearance, we
2026,
click
they
on
have
this,
not cracked it yet.
replace assets, and we come to our asset
25 is there,
browser.
but
We are
the
looking
cracking
for
is complex.
paint.
I even have it,
So
but it's too complex.
here it has paints. Here it has finish, metal,
It's like
metallic paint, wall paint, wood paint, and of course we are looking for
2024 and
wall paint.
2025, you can't see any difference.
You see
Unlike
here we have glossy,
2026,
we have matte.
there's some small
So
differences you
if
can
we are going with the matte, let's say, and we keep looking for what we
we
want.
only see a lot of difference
Remember, this
maybe
is the
when
exterior
we have,
side of the house.
let's say, like
For now, I think,
4 more updates.
let me see.
Like 4 more updates. Hey, that's when
I
you start
love
feeling that
white
this
and
one
the
has really
gray.
changed.
I think for now I can go with this gray. I'll love to go with this gray. Then I'll close here. I'll apply. I'll say OK. And then we are left with the last finish, which is the interior side of the wall. So click on this plaster, click on the box, we create a new material, we rename it, we say main wall interior paint. So we come to
Yeah, you can.
appearance, we click on this
I'm
icon,
not an engineer, but
and
I'm doing
we
this
come to
software.
our asset browser, we look for paint
I'm an
again,
IT person.
because we're looking for the interior paint, and we come to wall paint, or you can even
Basically,
click on finish and see what they have. You're not limited to just those
yeah,
specific
I have a lot of designs already.
paints that I've chosen. All these are
I can
paints
model
that
a
you can
complete
use.
house and
There's
even sell it.
wood paint here. Then we have
Now I can.
just paint, a lot of them here. There's glossy,
This
there's
actually, if
metal
you come to the institution, not
flake,
all these guys are
there's metallic, there's
engineers or
powder coat.
structural guys. Most of
All
them are
these ones
just learning the
you can
software.
try them and see what
Then you start
you
with
can
them.
come up with. So I
Yeah, you
want
start marketing. You
wall
design a very
paint.
good house. You market.
Then this
People
time
will
I'm
buy.
going with something that is a little bit
But
white,
you see, these the
because we had
engineers, they
chosen
don't
gray
have time
for
for
outside.
modeling these things, and they
I
can't
think I'll go
really
with this
do a
ivory
very
glossy.
nice facade.
Ivory glossy. Then
So
I
for
close
them, there's so
this,
much
I apply,
about the
I say
structural
OK.
bit of the
Then
design.
we are
So
done with the
it gives
materials. We
us
have
the
assigned
advantage.
materials for the exterior side and the interior side, also the superstructure.
Yeah.
So from here you just
But
click OK,
yeah.
then you click apply, you click OK.
Yeah. Mm.
Now
Basically,
your
the
wall
floor
has been
plan,
created. It's just now a
they can
matter of you
correct the
starting
floor
to draw
plans,
it.
things like that.
Now we need to see
Yeah.
the dimensions. For now, not save. We need to see the dimensions. So I'm going to start drawing from this part of the house, and this is actually the living room. This is the living room, and it's 6.5. It's 4.6 by 6.5. So we shall draw 4.6 by 6.5 from the wall tool. Then our wall is still active. So here we shall draw 6.5. Then from this side we shall draw 4.5.
Yeah, it is.
It has already shown us there. So yeah, it's
Yeah, you're being
4.6 and
useful for
it's
us.
4.6 and 6.5. So we need
He
to
has been with
finish
this
up
company for a
this
long time.
rectangle. So I'll click on this wall,
Mm.
then I come to offset. I'll say offset 4.6. From
Not
here
really.
I'll offset 4.6 like that. Then I'll click on
Because
this
he has
wall,
been the one
I go
doing
to
work for
offset,
this guy.
I'll say offset
And these guys
6.5
get a lot of jobs.
on this wall like that. Then of course you can come to your measurement tool. Then here you have to choose wall faces, this
Doctor.
part here. It will allow you to measure the wall from the interior side, not the
Mm.
exterior, because that is where you are going
He
to
thinks differently.
put your components. So you realize the measurements we have given are not shown here.
How about
That's because the wall thickness is also taken into consideration. If you are doing a measurement of 4 meters,
that one? He
2
has
meters
too
will,
much
I
knowledge.
mean, yeah, 4 meters, 200 will go for the wall because our wall width, our wall thickness is 200 millimeters. So what you can do here, you click on this,
He doesn't want
then you
people
can,
to
it
play
will
around.
make your measurement
He
active.
cannot,
You
he
can
cannot
click on
accept
it
things
and then
anyhow.
reassign the real dimension you had given for your wall or your room.
No,
So that one is
you
4.6.
close this one.
So we shall click on this one, then we click on
You can
this, we say
minimize,
it is
close, doesn't matter.
4.6,
So you go to craft,
just like that. Now
then open the
our
first
measurements are
folder.
perfect. This is the living room.
You run the first file.
Sorry about that. So
This one.
we are going to the
Right
next
click.
room. The next
This
room
one
is the
here.
dining room,
Right click.
and our dining is
Run
our
the
dining
script.
is let me see. There are a lot of measurements here. Let me delete this.
That don't run.
Let me
Uh,
delete this.
Now we need to go to settings.
Delete this
You go to your
so
settings.
that we can really know what we have. Going to delete this.
Values and right.
Okay, this one is showing us
You go to allow. There's allow the
4
thread. It's this
4.6,
one there.
3.6.
Then protection history.
So we're going to give this
What you
side
do,
4.6. So
you
you
first click
click on
on
this wall.
these drop downs
We're going to
of this
offset
thing that you are seeing.
3.6
Just click.
there. Going to offset that. Then of course we have to link this to this, I guess. Yeah,
Yes.
we have to link
Yeah.
them. So for you to link, you just come to your trim
Does it have action at the end?
slash extend to corner.
If
You
it,
click on
if
this,
it doesn't have
then you
action,
click
you
on
click on the
this.
next
They will
one.
link up very well. And then of course this
You click
one,
on the action.
we come to offset, and we offset
You
in
say allow.
4.6.
So you do this for all of these ones
So
that
this
have action.
4.6 is coming from the stairs anyway. So we offset in this. We go to offset. We offset in 4.6.
No.
This is our
You see,
diary.
where they say remove,
But of course, we
you
don't
choose
want this
restore.
wall to go all the way this side. It has to
Mm.
remain here. You can either split it here, delete this part, or let me try and trim. You can, but of course, when you trim this and this, it will chop off this part. So the only thing I can do here is I'll click on the wall and drag it. It is allowed. You can also drag it like that, so don't feel ashamed to drag. Then what next? We have our kitchen. I'm not so sure of the measurement here. Yeah, so it's 3.5 by
You click
3.5.
on the high one.
So we are going to offset this 3.5 by 3.5. So you click on this wall, we offset in it 3.5.
You first go to the first one.
3.5. Then of course we are going to connect this wall to this using this tool called trim and extend to corner. You click on it, click on this wall and click on this. And then we shall click on this wall, we click on offset. And then of course we are also offsetting 3.5 this side. So I'll offset it here. Then I want this wall to only be here in the kitchen. So I've just dragged it from here to there. But of course you realize these measurements,
Now go to the
since we have not
software.
done this, they are not perfect the way we may
You run
expect
this
them
thing
to
again,
be.
you see.
So I am measuring this using the
Still saying that
dimension tool,
that means we
which
still
is
have
here. Oh, it's called, it's this,
more
it's
things
shown in the measure, but of course it is the line tool. You can also get it from this tab called annotate.
Yeah.
This one here, they are here. So yeah, now we have to really give the ideal measurements that we had.
Protection history.
So this side was supposed to be
click on the first one.
3.5. Basically, for you to understand this thing, you need to click on the right wall, because if I click on this wall, any change I make will only affect this
Don't
wall.
turn it on.
It will either move
So now
outward
do this.
if I give a bigger
Check them one by one
dimension,
so
or
that you
move
don't skip
inside if I
another
give
one.
a smaller dimension. Now if I want to increase this space and I don't want this side to be affected, I click on this wall, then I click on the measurement, they will give it 4.6 like that. Then for this one, we want this one to increase to 3.5. Then I want this side to also increase to 3.5. That means this side will not be affected at all. So we are done with that side as well. Then let's continue. There's 1.5 here, and then we have 2 meters. So we have we need to offset this 1.5 by 2 meters. But of course we are starting with the 2 meters here. You go to offset, then we offset in 2 meters. that is 2000 millimeters, and then 1.5, 1.5, we are offsetting this one. We come to offset, then you click on, you write 1.5, you offset this one. Of course, we want this wall to only remain here. Then let me see what is happening here. This side is going to be open. So we have our staircase here. This staircase, I want to see how large it is. 2.7. So from here, it is this wall, you have to offset it 2.7. You come to offset, you say 2.7, offsetting it here.
You mount this software again.
Then of course this part is going to be open. This one specifically will be open because this is just living room. And then and of course we're also going to leave the dining
Find the folder where it is.
a bit open to the living room. You shall not overcover it. So, but for now, let it be like that.
Mount it again.
Then from the dining, there's this opening to the kitchen. There's an opening here that goes to the kitchen. Basically, it's this wall that will come down. This wall that will come down. When it shows you this, you just click on the
Do you
unjoin,
have antivirus in
so
your
that
computer?
they don't stress you. Then let's see what
I'm seeing
happens
one.
here. So you realize this part of the house is a bit inside. It's not as we have done it here. So we need to push this one inside. What we are going to do, we shall offset this by 1.5 inside.
First open. When it does that
That's
again, we shall try and
1.5
remove that
inside
antivirus.
here. And then we can take off that. We can use the trim and extend tool to do that. Then we unjoin it. And then we use this to this. Why I want to leave it that way? I just used undo, that is Ctrl Z, to undo the command. So this one is here. As you can see, this distance is not enough for anyone to move. So now what we're going to do, we shall click on this wall, then we make this distance let's say 1000.
Yeah. Then you go to the crop.
Then we shall click on let's first do the measurement here.
Open.
Then we shall click on this wall and make this 1.5. Yeah.
Now
Like
you
that.
go to control
So
panel.
this part will be open.
You search for control panel.
It goes to the kitchen. I don't know if it is that one. Is it?
You
Here.
come to this program. You click on uninstall program. This last one here on the left.
Wall.
You click on the down
Let me
part.
see. Let me first undo that. Then
two things.
I'll be able to open up this space.
You click
This
on
one
uninstall program.
that is connecting.
You see this program?
Yeah. Something like that.
You click on this one.
Then of course we want to connect this part for the what? For the stairs. So you just you can click any wall, and then you click create similar. create similar,
It
it
has a
will
red
pick
what? A red icon.
whatever
This
thing
button.
you were doing, and you'll be able to draw a similar
And
version.
it is
So that part is there. Then I want to
there's this
just
software. You
first
see this when you
connect
look at
this
your
wall
Chrome
so that you
browser
can see
on the
this is
taskbar
the
before
staircase
it
area.
is this icon.
Then of course
The
we are
Chrome
going to
browser.
create a room, or this opening here
Before it there's
for
this
the
red
kitchen,
thing, this
right
one
from the
here.
dining here.
That is anti
So
you
let me
remove that
see how
antivirus.
long it is. It's
Uninstall it.
900. We can make it 1000, though 900 could work. Let's make it 1000. We have enough space.
These things are just like VPN. Right?
So now this is
You
the
just
kitchen.
say no thanks.
This is the kitchen, 3.5 by
Remove.
3.5. This is the store, supposed to be 2
These
meters.
days we don't
So we're
need
going to
these
increase it
walls.
by this wall, and we're giving it 2 meters. Yeah, like that. So it's 1.5 by 2. And then from this wall, from this, let's see, we're going to create this common washroom.
What is the
There's a
instructions
common
say?
washroom here.
It is
I don't
almost
know
done.
the
That means you
measurements.
really need to restart.
Here 1.7, that's big. 1.5. So 1.7 by 1.5. We are going to click on this wall. We go to offset. From offset, we shall do 1.5. I think 1.5 by 1.5 is really enough for a common washroom. I'll extend this, or I can use trim to extend like this. So there are so many ways of killing a bird, but of course you should always know what you are doing. I don't mean you should go and start killing birds. Let's proceed. From here, I think we need to create our stair. No? For now, let us create this part of the building. We have finished this first side, so we are coming to the second side here. So from here we are going to create this bedroom. I don't know the correct measurements. These are all sorts of measurements. So we're going to measure and see. So here, from here up to here, that's 4.9 by 4.9. From here up to here, there 3.4, but I guess I'm going to give 3.5. 4.9 by 3.5. So we're not saving it yet, but you need to save your project so that you don't lose it. So we're going to offset this wall. I see there's also a corridor here. For now, we shall ignore this corridor. So we are going with 4.9. Click on this, click on offset, give it 4.9. Then there. I hope these measurements are correct already. Yeah. So this is 4.9, and it is a bit outside by 3.5. The distance from here, let's say from here up to here, is 1.3. So now from here we're going to draw. Let's just copy and create similar. I'll do that, create something like that. Then I'll measure from here to this part here. Then I'll click on this wall. I'll give it we had 3.5, but I'm going to give we had 1.3. I'm going to give 1.1 because we don't want to overuse space. So inside we are going to, this one here is supposed to be 4.9. Then we are going to offset this by 3.5. So we click on the wall, we click offset, we say 3.5 outwards. Now supposed to be outside there. Then we are going to connect these walls using the trim to extend tool. You click on it, you click on this wall, connect it here, you click on this, you connect it here. Then you can bring your measurement tool, you measure this, you measure this. So you remove the wall thickness. So you have to give it 3.5. Yeah, now there. I think we have created this bedroom, that first bedroom. Then the second bedroom is here. Let me delete this measurement, delete this one. Then I measure the distance from here to here, 3.6. Then the distance from here to here, 3.5. So this second bedroom is 3.5 by 3.6. So, and of course there's this corridor. There's a corridor here. Let me see. This corridor is 1.1. Yeah. So now we shall deal with this corridor. Let's say we are offsetting this or this wall. Let me offset it here, 1.1. 1.1. So it will act as the base of the other room. So the measurement from here to here is 3.8. To me, I don't see this as really bad. Let me first measure this and this. This one is reduced to 900, but we want it to be 3 point what? 3 point what? Let me see, 3.6. I think 3 point. Click on the wall, click on this. I think
So let's go and turn off the antivirus.
3.7
I
could
mean,
work.
the Windows Defender.
I don't want these rooms to look completely detached from each other because this is 3.5 by 4.9, and then this one is a little bit smaller. So this
No,
side we are
not
going
that
to
one.
offset it by 3.5. So we shall pick this wall and the offset, we offset in 3.5. So there.
You mount.
And of course we are going to link this wall. You click on this, you link this to this to create that part. Then you click on this, you link this to that. So we are almost finishing our ground floor. Let's proceed. Now we have this master bedroom. It is really huge, really huge. So the master bedroom is 7 meters by 5 meters. Let me see. 7 meters by 5 meters. It also moves out a bit, and the wall starts right here. So what we're going to do, let me see the distance outside from here to here. That's 1.1. So it extends a bit outside by 1.1. I'm going to click on this wall. I'll extend it outside a bit. Then I'll make sure outside it is 1.1.
Yes.
So we shall click on it, then give it 1.1 there.
Open the graph.
Then we shall click on this wall again. We come to our offset. We give it 7 meters there. But of course this is not 7 meters.
What
It
does
will
it
be
say?
less
You
by
first read that thing.
200 millimeters. So you should measure it again. You click on this, and then you give it 7 as you wish there. Then of course you are going to
You
just
first go
link
to the
this.
setting again.
They can't link here. So what we're going to do, we shall click on this. We say
You
create
click on
similar,
firewall.
create something there like that.
Firewall. It's
Then of
just
course
round up. It
inside
up. This one.
the wall is 5 meters.
You also turn this thing
So
off. You click on the
you click
domain.
on this. You say
Turn it
offset.
off.
You offset
Then go
5
back.
meters
Let check the other one.
inward like that.
After domain private.
So that is, I think, it. But of course this is still not 5 meters. Here
Okay, try and
5
run that thing
meters,
again.
because it is connected to that, it is making this one to misbehave. 3.7 like that. Now it's a bit detached from this. I want to see how they link up here.
This is 2024.
And then of course let me see, 3.5.
What is that one seen on the
This
latest
one
as
going
an
outside
update?
is 3.3.
I
Let me
use in
see if we also achieved that way.
internet from this same computer.
That was 3.1.
What you do first, try and turn off the internet, do that, and you inform me.
There are some deviations here that I'm trying to look at. So what did we do? What did we do? Anyway, okay. Let me connect these walls. Of course, this one connects here. Let's say from here to here is 2.3. From here, from this part to here is 1.8 deep inside. So let's first just draw a wall, create similar, just draw a wall here. Then you can and then of course give your measurements after drawing. You can measure here 1.2. I think I will not go with 1.8, that one will be really deep. So let me go with 1.3, something like that. I believe this is enough. Of course, this part I'll bring it here. I don't want it to extend up to where our staircase is going to be. This common washroom 1.3. Yeah, I guess it is here that we had an issue that is causing this part to be very small. So this part
I want it to be 1.4, a bit deeper. Then of course this one goes to 4.9 as it was. Yes, 4.9 as it was. And then let me see.
So this part, since this one extended, of course this one will also extend to 1000, and this of course will reduce, and this one will also extend to 1000, a bit inside, and this one will extend to 5000, just like that. And then we have this space for movements around here. So we are going to have our staircase here. So for you to have a staircase, all you need to do is to come to the architecture. From the architecture, you look for your stair, which is of course this one. Click on the stair, and then from the modifier or create stair, we have these options, and for us we just want this one, the U-shaped winder. That's what we are going to create. So we are going to create it here. You just place it like that. And then of course you can now extend it like that. Let me first finish it. It is overlapping with the wall, so you can really make sure that it fits without overlapping. By aligning, you can click on the align tool. I'll align this, or I'll first align this with this, yeah, something like that. Then of course you can let me align this one this side. Really, this one aligns with this, and then I'll try to bring this one a little bit here so that I can align it with this, aligns with this, like that. And then of course I'll also align here. Then I'll click on this align. I'll bring this to this. So we even got more space here for movements around the stair. Now the staircase is done. I think we can reduce this wall a bit. around there. Then I'll align this with this so that the stair is not overhidden. So here it is, our staircase, and it gives us a lot of space here in the living room for even people to move around. And here we can have even this wall reduced to move to the dining, something like that. Let's try and measure this to this. So this distance is going to even increase because we have reduced it. It is 3.7 by 3.5. So this side is 3.5. You should always cross check these things so that you don't make mistakes. So this is 7.
Okay.
When you don't cross check, you realize you make some mistakes that
You
you
do
didn't
what?
know about. So it's good to cross check.
Have you turned off?
So we are done with our ground floor.
Switching off the internet,
What we are
Let
just
me see
left
the
with
settings.
is
And the settings
putting
is still off.
components like the doors, the windows for the ground floor, and that one will come in the next video. So for now, you have to check through your measurements and make sure that all the measurements are correct. Because if you don't
turn off those things
measure
again,
well, you'll cause problems. The reason why you measure the interior sides of the house is because in detailing, when you give details about your measurements, if I tell someone the house is the room is 3.5 by 3.5, and for you here you have measured using either the exterior or the center line of the walls, the measurements will take the measurements of the wall thickness as well. And when someone buys a chair according to the measurement you have given them and the chair doesn't fit, then you people have issues. You'll have problems with the owner, so he can easily sue you. So you need to ensure that you measure the interior sides of the wall surface so that you really get the best out of your dimensions. So this is the first part of the video as we intend to achieve our mega first storage building, and I hope you have learned a lot today from this first part. We are going to continue from here. For the ground floor, we shall be able to put all the components necessary before we can proceed to the next stage. Then from the next stage, we shall be able to work on the first floor. After the first floor, we shall do the facades, and we shall do this until we achieve the design I promise we are going to achieve. And this is going to be our first mega project. Thank you so much. Please make sure you subscribe to Lulua Tech Design. Share this video with your friends. And if you have comments to make, you can do that. I will always come back and check if there are errors. I remember one of our subscribers following us through these tutorials told me the audio has not been good, and I hope today the audio has been good. You make sure you give me feedback so that I can also improve on some of the things we are supposed to learn. We have to grow together and make sure we become good designers. So that is it from me today. See you again in the next
Ladies and gentlemen,
stage of this
welcome
project.
back to Lulua TV Tech, and we are back with our project. We are modeling a storage building
that's having the ground
Yeah.
floor and the first floor.
Yes.
And this is where we left our project today.
Now
I mean
let this thing
yesterday.
run, it
We
will
shall
disappear
pick
on
it up
its
from
own.
here, and we continue
Yeah.
modeling. We want to take this project to
You
the
first allow
final
it to disappear
point
before you can do
where you
something.
saw the 3D models that I showed you yesterday. I
Yeah.
believe we shall be able to achieve
Because
that,
you
and
catch
even
anything there.
better if we uh, manage to do even a new facade for this, it will be much better. So today we are going straight forward with our design. I think we finished the first floor, I mean the ground floor. All the rooms, the dimensions are all clear, but there's one thing that I need to show to you. We never set the height of these walls. Much as we did our setting in the elevations, we did the elevation setting. If you come to 3D, you'll see our walls are here, and all these walls are very tall. By default, Revit will always give your walls a height of 8 meters, even though you have set your levels here. So what you do from this 3D, if you don't know where I got my 3D from, for example, if you are from this ground level or first floor or anywhere, or even if I close this, I just come to this house that is on top here. I click on it, it will show for us our 3D. So what you're going
It
to
is still
do, you
running.
click on one of the walls, then you right click, you come to select all instances, then you select visible in view. It will select all the walls, and you can see here the unconnected height
It
is
is
8
done.
meters, and yet
Now you
our
open the Revit
settings in
file.
the floors
I mean
was
the software
3.5.
from the
That is
desktop.
the height of our walls that we gave, or the
You can
levels that
close
we
this.
gave.
Now double
So you
click on this
just
Revit.
we just write 3.5
Yeah.
in the unconnected area and click enter, and your walls will come to normal. So our walls are now 3.5 meters high, unlike yesterday where we left it at 8 meters. That was a default what? A default setting by Revit. Now today we are going to do a few things. Of course, we need to also work on the first floor. But before we go there, I think we need to create a floor for our ground floor before we can go to the first floor. So we are going straight forward to creating our floor. You come to architecture tab, you go to floor. From floor, you choose floor architecture, and from here you have to edit the type, and from edit type you have to duplicate it with this button. Then you can rename it, let me say floor, and I'm going to give my floor 150 millimeters, 150 millimeters thick. This is just labeling. You can rename it in any way you want, but for me I rename it like this so that it doesn't confuse me when I'm using it in multiple areas. So I'll click OK from here, then I'll edit from this button. Then from here you see so many things, but we really don't need a lot of them. I'm going to delete almost everything here. You just click where you see these numberings, and you can delete. As long as it is highlighted in black, that means it is active, so you can delete, 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 delete. These boundaries, you can't delete them, they have to be here. So I'm going to leave either of these structures. I'll leave one. I guess I'll just delete
You
this
click on
last
a
one,
network.
then
The
I'll
second option,
give this
use a network
150,
license.
because that is what we want to achieve. And I think I'll just go with this material they've given. But if you want to create a new material along this line,
Hello,
even if I just click on
how
this,
are you?
it will bring this box,
I'm
and
okay.
from this box when I click, I'll open
I just call the border.
the
Let me
material
remind him
browser
again.
like this. Then if I want to create
Okay,
a new
thank you.
material, I click on this. Then I say create new material. From create new material, I can rename it to, let's say, floor. Let's say floor
Has it
tile
opened?
or anything you want.
But it's going to
These
open
names
after that is really
they are not
difficult.
standard. You can write anything you want. From the material browser, we come to the appearance. From
Yeah,
the appearance, we click on this
yeah.
button or icon. We click on it and it will open the asset browser. So from the asset browser, we can search for the material we want. For example, if I want tiles, it will generate for me tiles. And from tiles, I can come to this flooring tiles because I want tiles that are down. Then there are these types, there's carpet, there's stone. So for you to
Installing
preview
it is
them,
not
you
easy.
highlight on one, you click on this button. It will show here
Mm,
in the material browser. So this
yeah, that one is
I
done.
think I don't like those ones. Let me see carpet, 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 carpet. I also don't
This
like
one here,
all
you
these
can
ones.
even just close this
I don't
screen
know why. Maybe I'll
and
try
just start
this.
to design your spaces. Yes,
Um,
it is still loading.
anyway, I'll just go with the stone, I guess. I'll pick this stone. I'll go with, let me
Yes,
pick this. Let me go with this. I've closed that. And then here you click apply.
another
You
software. Which
click
one is that?
OK. Then you just click OK. Click apply.
Yes.
Click OK. And then we're here. Now we can start drawing. We have already edited our flow. So I will come here to
It's
the
there
pick
now. You
lines.
want
I'll
to
pick
install
the
another one.
lines. I'll draw them like this
3D.
all around
Let me first call someone.
the house. So after drawing them, I need to connect them because others have entered deeper. So like this, Revit will not accept our sketching. So I will connect this with this. I'll connect this with this. Then I'll connect this part with this. I'll connect this with this. Lastly, this with this. Yeah, I guess we are done. So I'll just now click this tick. Click here. You see this blue sign. It shows that our floor has been created. When we come to 3D, you can even see we have our floor here. If you want to see the material you gave, you just click on this icon that shows visual style. Click on it, you select realistic. It will be able to show you the realistic view of what you have. Yeah, this is the realistic view of our building so far. See, this is what we have done so far. So yeah, and our building needs now, I think we now need doors, windows before we can go to the top the top part, or we can still finish and do this later. So I'm going to turn this back to shaded because when you leave it at realistic, it can make the computer really heavy. So what we are going to do, I will first create the flows up. Then after doing that, I'll come and now put the components. So for us to draw the flow on the first floor, we are supposed to go to the first floor level that we created here. And for me, it is already open. If yours is not open, you just come to your project browser, you open the first floor. That's where we're going to work. And if you see it, it is grayed out. These walls, you can't select them because these walls are in the ground floor and their level has been set to remain at the ground floor. It's only these stairs or the staircase that has extended up to the second level. So now we're going to create our walls here. I'll just create something simple following these walls. I will not do a lot of measurements here. So we come to our wall, we select wall architecture, and it has selected the wall we created for the ground floor. So we shall just now, we could even just sketch by picking lines, but I want to draw. So I'll just draw. I make sure these dotted lines are in the middle of this wall so that the wall we're drawing doesn't go offline. So from here, we can draw something here. Then from here, we can continue drawing. I'll draw this up to here. Then from here, I want it to go all the way to this side. Then from here, I'll connect it like that. So this is the only wall that we're going to have, like a complete wall all around here. But of course, we're going to create some rooms here. Let's first go to the 3D and see what we have done. So now when you see, the walls are also really tall, very, very tall. And what we are going to do, we shall click on this wall. We give it, we shall still give it 3.5 meters. And then we can do something else here to match these properties. So you can click on this wall. You come to match this match property, match type properties. You click on it. You click on this. You match it with that. You see that? Then if I click on this, if I click on this, I match it with this. Even that, it has reduced these walls to the level that we have set with one specific wall. So that is how you can match properties using the match type properties tool. So our wall that is sitting on the first floor is here, but of course we need also a floor for this for this level, so that we don't have this opening up to down. So at this first floor, we're going to create our floor. So what I'm going to do, I'll first of all hide this wall that I've created up here. So I'll choose this. I'll hold on Control to select multiple like this. And then after selecting all this, I'll come to this part. If you can see this icon that is like a mirror that people put on, you click on it. You say hide element. When you click on that, it will hide what you have selected. Now we're going to create our flow. Here we did already edit a flow, so we shall just use that one here as well. So we shall click on architecture. We go to our flow, we go to flow architecture, and it will bring us to the flow that we created. So from here, I'll just go to pick line, and this time I want to pick the interior parts of the wall. So I'll pick this, I'll pick this, I'll pick this, I'll pick this because I want to connect this to this. I'll pick that. I'll pick this, and maybe that. So I'm going to connect this to this. not that way. So you first select this, and then you select that, and then you select this, you select that, you extend this to this one. We're supposed to extend this. Now if this one does not extend, what we're going to do, we shall have to, my battery is getting low, it's all right. So you can also pick this line and draw if it is refusing to connect. Now the reason why this is not connecting, you realize that this wall and this are not in a straight line, so it will be hard to join this directly to this. But if they were in a straight line like this, it will easily join here. So what we are going to do, we shall pick another line. We shall pick maybe this. We shall pick here, we shall pick here. But of course, you know, we're supposed to pick the interior sides as I had started earlier. So my bad, I'll connect that, connect this. I'll delete these ones outside. Even this I need to delete. Then I have to pick this one. Then I pick my trim to extend to, and then I connect that. So we have drawn our floor for the first floor. Now we have an issue here. This part has not been connected, so I did forget this. I'll pick the interior. I come to extreme to extend, and then I extend that. So I believe Revit will this time be fair to us and accept. Now it has been drawn. So if I come to the 3D, that's what we have. The top floor is now sitting on a floor. We have covered the downer part, and from our first floor here, we are going to unhide what we had hidden. So reset that. What I did was I just came back, and then I tapped on a reset temporary hide stroke isolate. That's if you didn't know what I did. So far so good. We need to save our project before we lose it. And then of course now we are going to create some rooms here. I'm going to create a room here, and then here. If you realize, our staircase has been hidden by the floor. The staircase is high, is been hidden by the floor, so we need to remove it from this floor. So what we are going to do, when you click on the floor, you go to edit boundary. From edit boundary, you come to pick lines. Then you will pick the lines for this wall that is covering our stair. So I'll connect this to this one. That is it really. You just click OK, and you see now the staircase has been removed from that side of our floor. It's no longer hidden. That means it can be accessed up here. If you open the 3D and you come and see, it is open here. So you can come out and access the top floor through this opening. So yeah, so far so good. And what we are going to do now is to create some partitions or rooms here. So I'll offset this. Let's come to offset. Then let's offset 4.5 and see 4.5 from here. And then this side I'll also offset 4.5. So when we pick our measurement tool and come and measure here, it will not be 4.5 because the wall thickness is taken into consideration. So I'll click here and say this is 4.5. And then I'll click here, I'll say this is 4.5. So I want to see what is left. We have 2.6, and that's a lot of space. So we are going to push these ones to 5 meters big. This one also 5 meters, so that we have large rooms. So yeah, now we have this, and we are going to create another wall. We shall offset this. We come to our offset. After selecting the wall, you come to offset, and then we can do 4 meters, I guess. 4 meters here, yeah, something like that. Then we are going to split, because we want to connect these ones. We shall pick our split element, then we split it here in the middle. Then we come to trim to extend to corner. Shall extend this to this, we shall extend this to that. So you can see we have this and this as 2 rooms. And then we shall create want us to create a washroom, a common washroom, plus I think some little store up here, because this distance we have here to here is a lot, that is 4.5. So we can divide it into 2, so that we have a store for putting our gym, some of the gym equipments. So for the washroom, we shall pick this wall, and then we say we offset in let me say 2 meters, because we want this washroom to have other equipments that people are going to use for bathing and stuffs like that, since it is a gym area. Then we shall offset it, we shall offset this wall by, I guess, also 2 meters. 2 by 2, that is a lot, by the way, a lot of space. So this one here that is going all the way, we shall split it using the split tool. Then I'll delete this excess part away. And then let's now partition these walls. Let's see this measurement. I believe by now you now know measurement tool, you know split tool, you know trim to extend. So I'll be a bit faster with these tools now, because we are getting advanced. So now this is showing us 1.8. We shall click on this wall. We extend this to 2 meters, so that we reduce on this. Then I think I'll also reduce on, let me just take this inside. I just dragged it from outside to inside. It's normal to do that. Then this, let me see the distance here. This distance is very small for people to walk. That means we are going to reduce the length from here to here. This 3.8 will have to reduce. So I'll click on this, then I'll click on this. I'll say I want 1.1 for people to move easily. That is the distance we have created. and I don't want this to also stay on its own. I'll make it the same length with this other room. So I'll come to my align tool, I'll click on this wall, I'll align it to this one. So now these two are aligned perfectly. That means we have this space open all the way. I wanted just this top area to really be free for people to move, so we just have these two rooms, two bedrooms with the small corridor here, and then this one's for moving. Then this will be used for storing some of the gym items. Then this will be common washroom for people who come and chill outside here. So what if we create this, we extend this, because we have a wall here, we could extend this all the way this side, so that we don't have what, we don't have anything covering this space. So what I'm going to do, I'll pick this wall, I'll say I'm creating similar. You just click on this create similar. I'll partition this area from here. Then of course we need to have enough space for our stair. So let's measure from here to here. That's 1.4. I want to increase it to 1.5. I'll click on this wall. I click on this. Then I increase it to 1.5 for people to come inside. So I'm going to remove this wall from here. I'll come to my trim stroke extend. I'll trim this to this, so that this part remains open. And then I will also trim this to this. Then this part will also be open. That means we shall have an open space from here up to this side. But I want to cover this, I still want to cover this area with this floor. So I'll click on this floor again. I'll come to edit boundary. This time I can simply, I'm going to ignore the fact that this one is not straight. Okay, I'll just draw this, and then I bring it here. I'll delete this part, I'll delete this part, then I'll delete this part. So I'll pick that, I'll take my trim to extend. I'll extend this to this, then I'll extend this to this, then I'll click OK. So now this part is covered with the floor. That means we shall not have it as an open space all the way down. So if we go to our 3D and see what we have done so far here, so this is what we have created. See that? So the top part from here up to this side is an open space for people to stay. And then we only have walls here. We have this room, we have this room. Then of course this wall is not supposed to be here. So we come to our floor, that is first floor. This wall is not supposed to extend up to here. We shall just drag it from here up to here, because this is a bedroom, this is a bedroom. Then we said this will be a store for keeping gyms, items, or any other thing that is around up here. Then this will be a common washroom for people who come and chill up here. And then let me see the distance from here to here. Yeah, this is okay for movements. When people enter here, we shall create a door here. Shall create a door. We can create either direct or from here. And then I think we shall also create another door here for people to easily access the washroom. Then we shall create doors around this area. So yeah, I think we are done with our walling, all the walls, right from the ground floor and even the first floor. I feel we are okay up to this point. So what we are going to do is we shall now start placing our components, the doors, the windows, even those components like bed and stuff like that, so that we shall know how far we are going. So what I'm going to do, I normally use libraries for getting these components. So we shall go to our ground floor. If you don't have library, you can go to beam objects or 3D warehouse, where you can download all the components that you need. So for example, if I want to put a door, I'll come to architectural tab, then I click on door. It will bring for me these generic doors. You see here, these are generic doors. So I don't want this. I'll click on load family, which is at the extreme end of our right. When I click on load family, it will bring me to my computer, where I can be able to look for my Revit libraries. So my Revit libraries are here. So I'll look for those. I have some doors here. Yeah, you can see we have doors here. So if I pick, for example, this door, I'll just open it, then it will load. Now here it is saying some or all of the families selected are not of the category doors. Do you want to try loading a new set of files? We say no. Now the door that we're looking for is refusing to load. So we can say let me see if it is here. It is not there. So let's try this option also. You can also edit type. From edit type, you can load the same thing. I load, then the family is not of the cat. That means this door has issues. Let's load another one else. Let's try this. I want to see this. This has also refused. Let's try that. Okay, let's try this. It seems this one will accept. Yeah, this one has accepted. So you'll come to where you want to place the door, and it will only detect a wall. For example, if I want to put it outside here, it will not be active. If it touches the wall, you see it will show that it can now be placed. So this is an exterior wall. I'll place it here. So this is our main door. If we come to 3D, you'll be able to see it here. You see that? So that is our exterior door. I don't like the way this door looks, but for practice this is okay, so I'll go with that. If I get other components, I'll be able to put better ones. Though I have that same project where I could easily get the components from, but I wanted to show you how you can load components from library or from the generic Revit libraries. But what I'm going to do, I'll come to this browser of mine. I go to my Revit. I look for Revit projects. Actually, I have my designs. So I'll come to my design that we are doing, because I have all these components there. So I'll just use the components I already have. So the design is here. we are going to use these doors instead of this one here. I really don't like this at all. So for me, what I'll do, and the same can also apply to you, if you have a project that has all these components, you just come to you open the project in Revit, you click on the component you want to copy, then you come to this tab that says copy to clipboard, you copy it, then you go to the browser or the level or the ground where you want to paste it. Then you come to, because I copied the door, that means I need to be in the door menu or door tab. So I'll click on door. It will show for me this panel. Then I click on paste. Then it will give you this. You can click OK. From here now, I can place my door. Now if I place it like this, it will show it is opening from inside, and of course you know all exterior doors have to open outside. So we shall just use that to flip it outside. And yeah, so in our 3D we have this door that is a glass. So at least I like this. I don't like that wooden kind of door at the front of our house, because we want our house to look beautiful, not full of wooden doors at the exterior side. So now we are going to place more of these components. We need furniture in the sitting room, we need furniture in the dining, we need the kitchen and all this stuff. So we are going to place some windows, I guess. So we come to the project, that's if you have one, but if you don't have, you go to windows and you pick a window from the generic window. You can edit and place it there. So I'll come to windows, I'll click on any window, then I'll say copy to clipboard. Then I go to the other ground floor where we are working, I'll click on windows, then I'll click on paste, then I'll say OK. Now it will make the window tool active, so I can place it. Let me see why it is showing this. Oh, I picked something else. My bad. Window, there's a window here. So I'll click on copy to clipboard. I come to my ground floor, I go to windows, then I paste, then I say OK. Now I can place these windows. So you realize when you highlight, it will give you an equal measurement all around. I can place one window there, it will only place one. Then if you want to reuse this more, you can click on it, you say create similar here, then you can place it everywhere you want. Now it is saying none of the created elements are visible in floor plan. That means this window has been placed above, or it's not on the ground level, so you can only see it from your 3D. When you come to your 3D, you move around, you see here now it has been placed up, but don't worry about this. What we're going to do, we need to give a head height for our components, the windows and the doors. Now let's see the door. The door is the head height is 2.5, so we're going to also give this head height to our windows. Since we have our walls extending up to 3.5, I believe head height of 2.5 is not bad. So this is 2.5, it is okay. Then this one has to also be 2.5. So now it will be level with this. But of course, you realize these windows, the steel height is really down. The steel height is 500. We can increase the steel height by editing. If I click on this, I come to edit type. Here we can change the the height of the windows. So let's say we are given the height of let's say 1.8. Then we click on apply there. So now if we increase the steel height to, the head height to 2.5, it will take this up to a steel height of 700. I think that can be okay. So now this will also go to 2.5 so that they can be in the same line, so like that. So that is how you can edit the steel height and the head height of windows and the doors. Of course, we are going to place more of these things. In the ground floor, we still want to create more windows. We are going to place more. Click on this window, we come to create similar. Then we are going to put a window here, and this window is not going to appear also, but we are not going to really worry much about that. This part is the kitchen. I think we can place another window here. Then these are bedrooms, so we shall place a window here. We shall place a window here. We shall place this is a living room. We are going to place, I think, 2 windows here. Place one here, place another one here. Now we go to our 3D so that we can bring these windows to their right places. So we're going to click on one window, then we shall right click and we say select all instances visible in view. Then we give it the head height of 2.5, and it will align all the windows without any hassle. So now all the windows have been aligned, as you can see. They are all aligned. So now we also, of course, need slit windows. Those windows that can be put on our walls of washrooms, stores, and those small rooms, so that every room has a window. So what we're going to do, we shall click on one window. Let me say I'll edit. I'll just say create similar. I put it here, but of course I'm going to edit it. I'm going to edit type. But for now, let us first bring the height to the normal place. It is here. So we're going to bring it to 2.5. So now from here, I'll say edit type. Then I will duplicate it because I don't want it to change all the measurements for other windows that we have placed. We shall say this one is main slit exterior. Let us say slit exterior windows. So for this one, we shall give width. The width will be, let the width be, let's say 1000 or even 800. width of 800. That can work, I guess. So we click OK. We click OK. We shall get a window like that. This one can now work for us very well in other uh, rooms like washrooms and stores. So when we come to our ground floor, we placed it here. It fit very well. We can copy or create similar, put here. If it doesn't show, it's okay. We shall change that later. Then I think those are the only places that need the slit windows for now. So we go to our 3D again. We have to bring this down to 2.5. That is the head height. So you make sure your windows and the doors all have the same head height. Otherwise, you'll be designing something that doesn't exist. So the reason why I've put here only one window is I want to make a curtain wall here. I want to do a bit of curtain wall on this side. I think I may even remove this window in the later stage of our project so that I can change all this to curtain wall, because this part, let me see. Okay, not that. I was meaning this side here, because this is our living room, so I'll really make it full of glasses so that it doesn't seem like a place that is hidden. So I guess we shall create another window here. I'll give this let this one balance, because yeah, something like that. Let's say this is 750. So now this one is balanced. Then at this side also needs a window, because here looks to be really isolated. So we shall click on window, we create similar, we place another window here. I don't know why these windows keep moving to that height. And then we reduce this to 2.5 there. So now we have placed, I think, all our windows and the doors. We only need one door down here, so there's no need to worry about that. So I think we can also put our components in the first floor, that is up, before we even roof it. So when we come to our first floor, we shall need those same components. So for this, you can just come to your ground floor, you click on the component you want, you say create similar. So I'm going to save this project. So after saying create similar, you come to your first floor, you just place it where you want it to be. So I'll place it here, but of course it has to open outside. This is an exterior door, so it will open outside. Then we shall now go for windows. You remember, we have not even placed interior doors. We have just done exterior things. So we are going to the ground floor, we shall pick window, we come to create similar, then we go to first floor, we start placing these windows. Placing a window here, placing a window here, placing a window here, we are placing a window here. Yeah, I think that's all. So we need to again come to our 3D and give them their heights. So this this and this. I am using control to select these ones. So the same way we gave 2.5, we shall also give here 2.5, so that they are level. But of course I want this window to align with that one, so I should be able to do that. You can either do this, you use your arrow keys. So sometimes we do these things manually like this, so that you don't really overstress on certain things. It looks nice if they are aligned, but of course at some point they can't align because you realize the walls inside are not aligning, so it becomes a problem. These ones have aligned perfectly. So we're going to create the slit windows for the first floor. We shall come to our ground floor, we pick the slit window, we say create similar, we go to first floor, then we shall put here, then also for this washroom, I'll place one there. So we come to our 3D, we select both of them, you select one, pick control, select the other, come here, give it 2.5, then you can see they are here, but of course they are not aligned, and I want some bit of alignment for this. I don't want them to look disorganized, so I'll try to do that and see if the walls are overlapping. So let's move this a bit, but of course we can also try to adjust the walls inside so that these windows can align. So now the issue here is this side. So if I click on this wall, I extend it to 2.2 so that we can adjust this window, because I want them to really align and look organized. So if we move this one a bit, something like that, yeah, at least here they look now aligned. Actually on all the sides they look aligned, except here we don't have a slit window here. Let me come to this first floor, click on the slit window, create similar. We needed the slit window somewhere here. This corridor looks to be isolated, so we need to give it a window. So I'll come to this window, I give it a 2.5 head height. Then of course I want it to kinda align with this one. Then I bring this here, something like that, though they are not matching, but it is okay. As a designer you have to think and be creative. Sometimes certain things don't work, but you have to force your own designs to work so that your design can look nice. So we now have a lot of windows, and some of these sides we shall create curtain walls, and you'll see how to create curtain walls. So let's save that work that we have done so far. I want to finish it with the exterior doors, I mean the interior doors, because we have now done all the exterior doors. We need the interior doors. We shall come to our previous project, that's if you have one. Then I'll pick a sliding door for the interiors. I'll say copy to clipboard. I'll come to my ground floor, I'll go to doors, I'll say paste. Then I'll say okay. Then I can now create my doors. I'll create one here. This space looks small for this door. I wonder why. So we're going to edit this door. A door inside cannot not be as large as 1.5. So I will edit this, and then I will say the width of this door should just be 900. We want width of 900. The rest is okay. You just click apply. Okay. So now it fits there perfectly. So I'll click on it. I'll say create similar. Then I'll also put it here for this room. And then I want, of course, the master bedroom is here. It was not connected to that. Then again, we have not created the washing room for this master bedroom, but we need a door here. We're going to there's another door. We come to the older project. We click on this door. We say copy to clipboard. You come to your ground floor, you go to doors, you paste. Okay, now I'll put it here. Yeah, I'll put it here. And then I'll need to create what? I'll need to create a washroom for our master bedroom. This is the living room. So I guess we are really done with the placing components on the, oh, these ones have not yet been put. So we're going to pick this door, the sliding door. We create similar, we give it to this washroom, we give it to, for the store, I think we even don't need a door here. So we shall click on this wall, we shall come to our split element, we split it here, we shall simply drag this one off, then drag this one off. We create a space of maybe 1 meter inside here. For 900 can even work, though I want to increase it to 1000. So this part can really be open, it doesn't matter. And then we have this door, we have door here, we have door here, we have door here, the rest okay. So our ground floor is done. We are going to the first floor. So we need interior doors here. We're going to pick this door. We say create similar, come to our first floor, we shall place a door here, then here. So now these doors have to all face inwardly. Click here, but this one has to be like this. Then this has to align with this. I will come to align tool. I want to align this part here with this one, so that they are really placed in an organized way. So this one will enter from here, that one will enter from here. Then I will need sliding doors for this, for these ones. So I'll come to ground floor, I'll pick this sliding door, create similar. I come to floor 1, then I place a sliding door here, then also maybe here. But even for the store, we can place the other door other than sliding door. So we shall use this door for the store. So we shall create similar, come to first floor, we put it there. So every time you have done something you want to escape, you can control and cancel, control, cancel, or you click on escape a few times so that you can get out of the command. So I think the doors have been placed, and I think we also need a door here. So I am going to use this one, this exterior door. I'll say create similar, and I'll place it here, around here. Then it has to open outward, and this distance is a lot. Let me say 300. So we are done with our components for the first floor, the doors, the windows, and I think this is it for today. If you look around, this is where we have reached with the project, and this is where we shall stop for today. When we come back, we shall be able to roof this house. After roofing the house, we shall start our modeling, that is giving this house the nice facade that we dream to have on our house. I want us to make sure this house looks very, very beautiful after the final day. So thank you so much for being with us up to this far. Please make sure you subscribe. If you are finding this video useful, share it with your friends, subscribe, and keep watching for more, because we have so many projects that are coming. So this is where we are leaving the project for today. See you again next time. Thank you.